love, and light. I'm back at you with another video. As you can see, we on the late night tip with it, man. I was doing my best to try to get some different scenery to film for the video, but things ended up not going quite how I wanted it to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm filming this intro on the way to my destination, and when I get to my destination, we're gonna get right into the video and talk about everything I want to talk about. It's a lot going on in the Matrix, you feel me? It's been a long day, but we gonna get right to this cosmic information, man, and break down this Matrix, because it's a whole lot going on. I want to talk about how there's a war on the industry right now. I want to talk about how it's a war on rappers, to be more specific. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of rappers have been sacrificed, and bigger rappers have been making a lot of sacrifices. And it's just, like I said, it's just been a whole lot going on in the Matrix family. So, and it's been a whole lot of, you know, energy as far as like boycotting, and you got different people who feel different ways about it. I definitely want to dive into that, and it's a whole lot more that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how long this video gonna be, but I'm gonna do my best to get through everything in a timely fashion. So I'm gonna get off this camera, get to where I need to get to, and we gonna get right into everything that I want to talk about, family. So peace, love, and light. Keep vibrating high. Keep taking care of yourself. And without further ado, we gonna get right into the video, man. So peace.
This world ain't supposed to be like this. This is all wrong. We fight, and we're fighting for the wrong things. Everybody measures success in having a car, having a big house, but success is measured in your happiness. Because if you ain't happy, it don't mean a damn.
All right, peace, love, and light, family. We back. So I'm doing my best to like be creative and think of new camera angles, and I definitely want to get more into like going out and filming more and getting different backgrounds and sceneries and things of that nature for my videos. New equipment, better quality, and better life experiences are on the way, family. And all my people that's rocking with me, I want y'all to stay tuned, because this channel, this content rather, this brand, the knowledge, the information is all gonna go to another level. I feel like I've been doing my best to perfect my craft here, and you know, I feel like my content is good, but I feel like I said, it's time to take it to the next level. So I need certain equipment like a camera, you know, laptops and things of that nature to start editing on. And you know, like I said, I won't speak too much into it now, because I don't like to speak on things until they're done. But just understand that all my people that's really supporting and really rocking with me, a lot of upgrades will be happening very soon. So stay tuned for that, y'all. But I want to start light, and all this stuff is important, you know what I'm saying? But I want to start light because a lot has been going on in the Matrix, and I just want to break a couple things down. I'm gonna speak very political light with this first topic, because they've been censoring my content, y'all, and you feel me? That's how you know if you a threat to the system or not. That's how you know if you're really talking about something that actually matters or not.
You not speaking out about shit. You not putting your God-like self first. You putting your bot-like self before your God-like self. This shit is taking away your power. You need to really start walking like God, bro. I told y'all, I can't stop evolving, but the people around me, it seem like they stuck. They can only keep me stuck with them. Motherfuckers on their knees like these, waiting for somebody to come save them. Bitch, y'all niggas, it's easy to just pray and just wait, huh? Y'all don't want to put in no work. From this point forward, the chosen ones, if you're watching this, put your God-like self first. Put your God-like image first.
That heavy. Like, Facebook be good, but TikTok and even YouTube, like, you speak about certain topics, fam, I'm telling you, they coming for you. So, you know, all my truth speakers out there, man, you know, don't budge, don't let up, don't fold, you know, just figure out a way to get around it. So, you know, I'll make certain edits so you can read in between the lines of what I'm speaking of, so that, you know, everything can be full circle. But the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that these NBA players been dropping like flies, man. And it's starting to be like more so superstars that's getting injured for long periods of times. And again, like I said in my last video, y'all, that's partially one of the reasons why the NBA is losing views. Superstars not even playing, or they low managing, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they not playing back-to-backs. Like, it'd be a lot of BS, y'all. I'm telling you, like, the NBA is theater, is drama class, y'all. They create different scenarios, and they have these players play out certain roles to keep the fans engaged, to keep people in those arenas. I'm telling y'all. And a lot of those people that you be watching is not even real people.
Yellow blood. That's not a human. It's right in front of our faces.
And LeBron aren't the only NBA players to go out of this world. One dude claimed to be abducted by aliens. So in 2022, former NBA point guard Baron Davis claimed that while he was driving from Vegas to LA, he was blocked by bright lights while on the road. And before he knew it, he was kidnapped by half-human, half-ugly-looking motherfuckers who tied him up and kept touching his nose. Everything sounds incredibly made up at this point, but that's not even the craziest part of his story. Davis plans to double down on his claims by releasing a tell-all book about his alien experience.
Like, they had one of those, I forgot who the NBA player was, but he you know, I think he got hit or something, and it was yellow blood on the court, fam. He was bleeding yellow blood. And I'll see if I can find that and throw that in here for anybody who doesn't believe that. Fam, I'm telling you, these NBA players don't be who you think they are, and they're not what you think they are. You know what I'm saying? They're not what you think they are. Like Wimbyana, however you pronounce it, like, bro, that you can't tell.
The San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the rest of the regular season. The team says Wemby has been diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder, which was discovered after he returned from the All-Star game this past weekend. The 21-year-old, of course, was having a fantastic sophomore season, averaging 24 points, 11 rebounds, nearly 4 assists. He was the front runner for DPOY, and he was also leading the league with 3.8 blocks per game. Breaking news.
Tell me that's not a test tube, baby. You can't tell me he was not born in a lab, fam. You can't tell me he's not. Like, y'all think whatever y'all want to think. But either way, and I want to speak about him too, but Damian Lillard was the most recent one where he had a blood clot that was found in his leg, right? So he's out indefinitely, and I don't even know if he's going to return this season. I don't know. But Wemby went out with a blood clot also. And I'm trying to think. I think it was a couple other players that had blood clots, and they had to stop playing, right? Chris Bosh had to retire early because he had blood clots in his lungs, right? So, and then you got to think, like, in recent years, right? In the past recent years, there's been a lot of NFL players that's been, like, literally passing out, falling out on the field. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And I don't think a lot of people understand. And like I said, I'm going to speak very lightly on this. You know what I'm saying? Very lightly on this. And you can believe whatever you want to believe, right? But there's been a pattern with blood clots and just, you know, problems with the respiratory or cardiovascular systems or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, right? And I feel like a lot of this came from when they made certain mandates from the virus that came in 2020, right? And again, you just got to read in between the lines of what I'm saying.
So scary, guys. They're doing it, guys. They had to create the 5G towers and the blue lights, which happened while you were home, to save lives and take something. So they told the scientists that they needed to have the 5G towers with the blue lights and the you know what from 2020. I'm not going to say what, but Fauci recommended it a lot, Dr. Fauci. All those three things combined, once you took that, their DNA is altered. So when they release a signal of 18 gigahertz, jump from the quantum computers through the 5G towers, through the blue lights into possessing the bodies of those who took the you know what, turning them into complete zombies. They're going to search for death and not find it. When the time is right, they're going to release a signal of 18 gigahertz pulsating for 1 minute 3 different times, cracking open the nanoparticle gels that holds a pathogen that deletes gene 1p36. That gene is responsible for critical thinking.
Particles, the hydrogel, there exists pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened. Those pathogens are chimeric. They include E. coli, Marburg, Ebola, Staphylococcus, and brewer's yeast, amongst others. We know that upon the broadcast from the 5G system that is now employed across the United States, and the world for that matter, when they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell and release these pathogenic contents, thereby causing a Marburg epidemic that they've already spent the money on. It's already done, right? The Marburg epidemic, for purposes of the law, has happened. And now we just need the actual disaster to happen. And there's actually worse parts to it than that, including the 1p36 gene deletion that effectively will turn those poor people into zombies.
Yeah.
Odd as that sounds.
They made it a mandate for all professional athletes to take that shot. Okay? They made it a mandate for all military. They made it a mandate for all medical industry. The whole medical industry. It was a mandate. Like 2020, 2021, where it was still like fresh. And they was pushing it on the people heavy. It was a mandate for those groups of people. All right. Y'all remember all the mess that Kyrie was going through when he didn't want to go get that mess, right? But a lot of people complied. A lot of people complied, and a lot of people went and got that mess, especially the professional athletes. They went and got that mess, right? And now you see a trend or a pattern of, like I said, these NFL players just passing out. Like these are the top, the best athletes in the world, fam. You would think that these people would be the healthiest people, right? So what's going on? I'm telling you what's going on. And the fact that, again, when they made these people go get that mess, okay, well now, what I learned, what I was able to pick up from it, that when you take that, right, what it does, it enlarges. It like y'all, I can't even break it down, y'all. I can, but y'all wouldn't even believe it if I said it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do my best to see if I can find that picture. But basically, is breaking the body down, y'all. It's breaking the body down, and again, you're gonna be more vulnerable to catching certain things. Whether it's, diabetes, whether it's, respiratory issues, or, you know what I'm saying? Just anything, heart failure, you know what I'm saying? Like anything, you know what I'm saying? Because it's breaking the body down, but that's what it was created to do. That's what it was created to do. It was created to make a lot of people perish, fam. And if you didn't perish from it, okay, well, now you have nanobot technology within you, which at a certain point will be activated and you will be controlled. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to point that out, though. That's why these athletes are going through these different health issues, because of that certain mandate that they issued on the professional athletes a few years ago. Again, just, put two and two together with that. But either way, anyway, and again, a quick mention, a quick side note that North Carolina is now dealing with wildfires, family. All over. Like Myrtle Beach was had a bad wildfire, so they say. I'm down here in Fayetteville. There was a so-called wildfire that so happened to occur and manifest out of nowhere. And I'm trying to think somewhere else. But then a map dropped, and they basically said that the whole state of North Carolina was basically threatened by wildfires or potential wildfires. And again, y'all, I'm from North Carolina. I've been here my whole life, fam. Like, even in the summertime where it's hot and humid, fam, we do not have a wildfire problem. They're not doing anything but trying to cover up their tracks and making it seem like this shit is natural. They're trying to make it seem like this shit is just naturally occurring, like they're not starting these fires themselves, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all just gotta see the BS. Like, just please go back and watch my last video where I'm showing you footage of them literally burning the woods, fam. It's not a wildfire. They're doing it themselves. Okay? So now all of a sudden North Carolina is having all these different wildfire threats and wildfires literally breaking out in place. Like, come on, fam. Like, this shit gotta stop. And the more, like, we gotta stop letting them do this shit to us, bro. And the fact that they are against nature and they know, they understand we are directly connected to nature.
There's a group of people called the ice people and the sun people. Let me tell you about the sun people. The sun people lived under the sun. And the sun gave them everything that they wanted. The sun gave them food. The sun gave them fresh drinking water. The sun gave them animals to make clothing. They never had to steal. They never had to cheat. They never had to manipulate. Why? Because the sun gave them everything. They never had to lock their doors because they never stole from one another. Because they was the sun people. And the sun always provides with abundance. They lived in harmony with nature because they lived in harmony with the sun. Then there was another group of people called the ice people. They lived under the ice. It was cold. They didn't have no clean drinking water. They didn't have no fruit, no vegetables, because it was too cold for anything to grow. When they got hungry, they would just eat whatever crawled on the ground. Mice, roaches, ants. If they got too hungry, they would kill each other and eat each other. And blood became wine. These was the ice people. They was manipulative. They was deceitful. They used trickery. You know why? Because they never had enough. So in order to keep what they had to lie to other people to protect what was theirs. And then one day, these ice people who hated nature. Why do the ice people hate nature? Because nature never blessed them. So they don't believe in just letting things happen the way nature wants it to, because nature was never kind to us. And one day the ice people came to the land of the sun people. And they walked in. They said, look at this shit. They got fruit fall.
If you are a carbonated being, you are directly connected to nature, fam. Y'all don't want to believe it, but you created this planet. You created the animals, you created the plants, the life forces. You didn't create the life force that's within those things, but because those are all different souls and spirits and consciousness of other beings. You know what I'm saying? But we are all connected though. So they are you and you are them. All right? Don't let that go over your head. We are all connected. We are all each other's reflection. I am you, you are me. Okay? But you created this planet. And you created the life that's on this planet. You created life on this planet. Alright? So that's why they are so against nature, because they understand that we are directly connected to nature, fam. So when they're hurting when they're hurting Mother Gaia, when they're hurting Mother Kai, when they're hurting Mother Earth, they are hurting us. They are hurting the carbonated beings that are native to this planet. We are directly connected to the planet. This is why all these wildfires are going on. Yeah, it's a scandal. It's to cover up and do certain things, right? Cause destruction and all this other mess. Be a distraction, all that other mess. Yes, right? But it's also a spiritual attack against the people that are native to this planet. You think when all these wildfires are going on that Mother Earth don't feel that? Mother Kai don't feel that? She feels that. She's very much alive and conscious, just like me and you, fam. Just like me and you. So when these wildfires are going on, she feels that. She feels that. When they're cutting down all the trees, she feels that. She feels that. when they're polluting the soil, fam. She feels that, fam. She feels that. They do not call the saying Mother Earth. That's not just a saying, fam. Why would they give Earth? Why would it be gender specific? Why can't it just be Earth, planet Earth? Mother Nature, Mother Earth, fam. This is feminine energy, fam. They're saying this for a reason. There's certain things they couldn't cover up, and our ancient ways never left. They were just covered up and disguised as other things. So this is why we have to dig and go deep and find ourselves so that we can open up that pineal gland, your first eye, aka your third eye, so that you can see through the bull. You can see through the BS. You can see through the spells. We have to break out of the spells that they have on the people, fam. But either way though, right? Another thing. Have y'all not noticed? Since I mean, really, like, okay, rappers have been going to jail, in and out of jail for like since the beginning of hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially all the gangster rap stuff. Like, back in the day, they was really living like that, though. Like, back in the day, you had to really be what you rap about. Nowadays, or in our generation of hip hop, you don't have to live nothing that you rap about. You don't have to be doing nothing you rap about. As long as it sound good and it sell, then that's all that matters. You feel what I'm saying? So you got a lot of rappers that's talking and polluting the mindsets of the people. And they not even living like that for real. They're not even doing nothing that they're talking about. But you got people really ready to crash out because they listening to certain artists. You got females really letting other female artists, rappers, R&B singers, whatever they are, letting these female entertainers tell them how to live their lives. And these female entertainers don't even be living what's in their music. They don't be living that for real, fam. They telling the females, the rappers is just all on some crash out stuff. Just sell drugs, use women, you know what I'm saying? Do drugs, sell drugs, you know what I'm saying? Shoot at the ops. A bunch of low vibrational stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of crash out stuff, right? But with the female artists, it's a lot of sexual root chakra energy. A lot of lower self energy where they're selling sex. Sex is a spell, fam. They have a sex spell on the collective of the planet, which is why a lot of people, it's a lot of lust in the air. It's not a lot of love, it's a lot of lust. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, we're lusting after each other, fam. We just gonna call it and be real. Now that don't mean we don't want love, but let's be real. We lusting out here a lot of the time. A lot of the people. If you can control it, because you're a disciplined soul, then you on a whole nother level than the masses of people. But a lot of the people are falling right in alignment with it and lusting the hell out of people. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, right? But that comes from, and I got a separate video, another video that I'm gonna do about Sarah Bartman, an ancestor of ours, who was the first to be exploited and to sell sex, to sell being a video vixen and trying to make that whole thing, how that became a cool thing in our community. She was the first one to be exploited, fam. Sarah Bartman. Yeah, that's gonna be my next video. But yeah, this shit been going on for a very long time, fam. But the females are telling the female rappers are telling the females, like, oh, use these niggas, use the men, you know what I'm saying? Throw your body around, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, a bunch of lustful energy, throw your body around, you know what I'm saying? Sleep with him here, sleep with him there, you know what I'm saying? Use these niggas for money. But whole time, these female rappers be in committed relationships, though. They not doing none of that shit that they telling you to do. They not doing none of that shit in their music, fam. They in a whole committed relationship. But they're telling these females, though, to go out and use these niggas and treat them like nothing. And if a man can't buy you stuff and don't want to take care of you and pay for every fucking thing, he's worthless. But again, these female rappers be in committed relationships or married for real, fam. Cardi B was married talking that shit. We seen how that ended, but like, again, that just be some industry stuff, y'all. But still, she was married telling y'all to go out and do this and that. Married. Like, come on, fam. Y'all got, you feel me? It's a spell, fam. It's a spell. Like, it's a spell, fam. It's a spell. But and Cardi B don't even let it was a clip I seen.
Cardi B is dishing out parenting advice. People are coming at her for not letting her 2-year-old daughter Culture listen to her song WAP. Fans noticed Cardi quickly turned the song off in a video where Culture had walked in. One tweet directed at her said, quote, "So your daughter can't listen to it, but everybody else's daughter can?" Cardi clapped back saying, "You need to stop with this already. I'm not JoJo Siwa. I don't make music for kids. I make music for adults. People are responsible on what their children listen to or see."
On the internet, she doesn't even let her children listen to her music. Why do you think that is? I mean, of course, you know, it's explicit, you know, maybe she didn't want to, but it's deeper than that, fam. It's deeper than that. They really put magic. They really put spells in the music, fam. Why you think you like shit so much? Why you think you like that song so much, fam? And it just be playing over and over in your head. I'm telling you, they put spells in the music, fam. Music is frequencies. Frequencies control the world, fam. Frequencies is everything. What are frequencies? Frequencies are vibrations. Vibration is what? Energy. Energy is everything. Nigga, energy is everywhere. So, damn right, they putting spells in the music, and that's why it's controlling niggas, because it's frequencies, it's vibration, fam. It's energy. But, you know, whatever, though. But my whole point of bringing that up is, and this is crazy, but it's not surprising at this point. But, Sauce Walka, right?
Surveillance footage from the day that Sauce Walka and Say So P were pow-powed has been released, and it's looking like the video footage directly contradicts reports that the pow-powman stood directly over Sauce Walka, sparing his life before he was struck in the leg. In the video footage, you can see a black SUV parked in front of the hotel as a white Dodge Charger pulls up and two men hop out, immediately going over to the black SUV and spraying it down. In the video, as soon as this happened, you can see a person who appears to be Sauce Walka dressed in all black running down the street as the Pow Powmen target Say So P. Allowing their target Say So P, the two men jumped back into the white Dodge Charger and sped off down the street. Say So P tragically lost his life during this time. Mo3's manager Brian Rainwater actually said that the GUN men stood over Sauce Walka before sparing him, but this video footage directly contradicts that report. Following this entire situation, Sauce Walka has posted videos online saying that he is okay and saying that he has been dodging bullets since he was 15 years old, so this was nothing to him.
45 shots, nigga, when I was 15 years old. This shit ain't nothing new.
Neighbors, I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and drop those condolences for Say So P and his family. Peace.
Anybody who doesn't know who he is, if you're not familiar with that type of hip hop, I'll throw a screenshot, a picture up here, so you can understand who I'm speaking and referencing of. He recently just got into a whole situation where he was so-called shot, and one of his artists was shot and killed. We understand death isn't real, so I do my best to not use certain words, because I'm really, putting in new words and taking out, or, just completely not even acknowledging certain words. But death is not real, but just he transcended. But for anybody who doesn't know or understand what transcend means, then he passed away, right? His artist. And for a long time, right, I was thinking that Sauce Walka was independent, right? Because the only people that have to make these sacrifices, and it was a sacrifice, by the way, for anybody that thinks that, it was just a random occurrence, and that the artists of his had beef in the streets, and it was Memphis, and Memphis is just so bad. Like, nah, that was a sacrifice. And they call, what is it? The channel is called, they call me Kinfolk. I'ma throw it up here, and I'm gonna throw the video reference of when he broke down the gematria of the situation of Sauce Walka and his artist passing away. He broke down the numbers, and for any, again, I put what I've spoken about gematria and things of that nature. I can throw a definition up here, but for anybody that's not familiar, y'all just gonna have to start going back and watching the older videos, so that I don't have to keep repeating and explaining every single thing that I say. But gematria is basically letters and numbers turned into numerical value. And the elites use this, or not even the elites, but the oppressors, your shadow government, uses this basically to talk in code and to create certain rituals so that they can manifest whatever it is that they trying to manifest. You know what I'm saying? But because these artists sell their soul, they have to make certain sacrifices, and that the music industry is ran by benevolent beings that are not human beings. Okay, they're not human beings. The people that's really at the top of this shit, they're not regular human beings like me and you, fam. Me and you, if you're a carbonated being, me and you not even regular human beings. We're having a human experience, okay? We're the conscious, the spirit, and the soul. But you possess many different avatars, which is what this is. You possess many different physical vessels on many different dimensions and many different realities, all right? This is just one of them that you animating right now, all right? But me and you not even regular human beings. We're not human beings at all, right? But whatever, just speaking on a third dimensional level, right? Just speaking on the third dimensional level. The people at the top of these music music, the top of the people at the music, these music labels, your government, your shadow government, the people that, we not talking about the president, we not talking about no government officials, we're not talking about none of these people that you could see or Google. Okay, we talking about the 13 bloodline families that run the world for real, and actually make decisions, right? We're not talking about none of their pawns, none of their puppets. We ain't talking about none of them, right? These people are not regular. They're not human beings, fam. They're not human beings. They're reptilians. They're Zeta Grays. What else? We got our gods and goddesses that are fallen gods. We got them in there. We got it's different species of beings, man, but they're shapeshifters though. So they can come in and out of a human form. You know what I'm saying? Or if they need to appear on TV with certain people, they can appear in human form and look like a human, but whole time it's a whole nother being inside. I told you, you are not this meat suit. You have had many different vessels if you're an ancient soul. So what does that mean, fam? That means you are the inside. You are the spirit, the soul, the consciousness, right? But either way, though, they have to make these blood sacrifices because they have to donate energy to these people. All right, the spiritual realm is very real, fam. All right. So they have to donate energy to these people, right? And in order for you to be rich and famous, again, you have to show them your allegiance to this brotherhood, to this secret society that's not talked about. You know what I'm saying? You have to show your allegiance. They have to be able to think that they can trust you, right? So it's certain things that you need to do, and they make these rappers make blood sacrifices, all right, by killing someone off that is close to you, right? Which is why Little Baby, all the people that transcended that was around him, all those were blood sacrifices. Lil Durk, all those people, even his brother, all those people that transcended around him. You got to think, Lil Durk started rapping in 2013, fam. He didn't till like, he didn't really have his big blow up to having the name that he got now to like 2019, 2020, whenever, right? To even coming to a point that having a feature from Drake, which is one of the biggest sellouts in the industry, right? He didn't get that till way later on in his career, fam. Why do you think so many people started dropping at that point? It has nothing to do with him being from Chicago in a gang war. Has nothing to do with that. These are blood sacrifices that this man had to make in order for his career to flourish the way that it is. But look at him now. He's in jail. Look at Young Thug, who was in jail from a RICO case. And when he first got locked up, all of a sudden, Little Key dies.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
All of a sudden, Little Key dies. He transcends. Out of nowhere, fam. Out of nowhere. And there's still no clear-cut indication of how he transcended. I mean, it's speculation that says he overdosed or it was drugs. But, bruh, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. We should all understand that, bruh, it's medicine. It's insulin, it's pills, it's things that they can give you that will kill your ass and make it look like you died of natural causes, fam. This shit is very real. But either way it goes, they can kill somebody any type of way and then write out a story about how it was something natural. Right? They control the media, so they can control whatever story rolls out, fam. And the people just are left to deal with it and believe whatever, right? But Young Thug was also on camera saying that he's a Mason. He's a Mason. He's with the secret society, fam. I'll do my best to see if I can find that. But either way, he sacrificed Little Key, and that's how he was able to get out. When you don't do certain shit that these people need you to do, you not making sacrifices, you not with the sex trafficking stuff, you not with the trafficking, bruh, they'll lock your ass up, or they'll lock you up to scare you, which is what they did to Bill Cosby. He was trying to buy NBC. He was trying to buy NBC, and in the process of that, they understand that Bill Cosby, was like he sold out. He sold out, but at the same time, he kept a clean image. He kept a clean image, and he did his best to, uplift the people with whatever he was a part of. You know what I'm saying? With the Cosby Show and things of that nature. He made black people look good, basically, and have a different narrative. You know what I'm saying? So they understood that if he did that, it would be more of that type of production on his channel. And they didn't want that, so they locked his old ass up. And I'm not calling him old, but I'm just saying, like, Bill Cosby is, like, bro, he's 80-something, or however old, fam. He's not a threat at all. So they locked this ass up to keep him quiet and let him know how real shit can get. So all I'm saying is, fam, that when you sell your soul, you sign these contracts, fam. You have to make blood sacrifices. You have to do certain things. You have to do homosexual things. You have to do pedophilia things. You have to do things of that nature, fam, to pay your allegiance. So Sauce Walker getting into this whole situation, and his artist gets gunned down fatally, and all you do is come away with a little leg shot, fam. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. And then how you know certain things are blood rituals, when you see a lot of 13s in the story. Like, you go look up the story on it, the article or whatever, the information on it that comes out. When you start seeing a lot of 13s, a lot of 6s, and things of that nature, that right there is a dead giveaway. A lot of 187s, and you know what I'm saying? We understand a 187 is the code of death. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is why the police use it as a drive-by shooting, but it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing, fam. Low vibration. Like, and they understand these codes, and they understand how numbers work, which is why they use it, fam, because the police force is corrupted. They use this magic, is what I'm trying to tell you. They use this shit. They use gematria. They understand what this shit means. They understand numbers are the code to the universe. So if they want to manifest certain things, they need to use certain numbers and use certain rituals. Okay? So that's what's going on with that. That's what's going on with that, fam. That's what's going on with that, fam. Sauce Walker sacrificed. He blood sacrificed his artist. He's a sellout, fam. Another one. And the way that he exploits women anyway, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not surprising, but I just wanted to point that out, y'all. Sauce Walker is another case of one of the guys that sold us out for fame and fortune. He sold his soul for fame and fortune. And this was a blood sacrifice. This was not just a random occurrence. This was not violence going on in Memphis. this was strictly Sauce Walka paying his tithes to the program that he sold his soul to, which is the secret society. You know what I'm saying? He blood sacrificed his artists. Oh, and the fact that, you know, they say Little Baby was wanted for 2 teens or something transcending. They finally came out and Yellow Beezy, my bad, but Yellow Beezy had something to do with Mo3 death. So like again, all this is distractions and Matrix shit, y'all. But I'm bringing this up because it's these rappers have they've participated in a lot of things behind the scenes. So now that energy is coming back around to them, which is why they're being dealt with in the fashion that they're being dealt with. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how much fame you have. Everybody has to answer to this spiritual shit. So that's the reason why I'm pointing this out. It don't matter how much money you got, how much influence you got. It don't matter. Everybody has to answer to this spiritual shit, fam. And when you out here living a life of low vibration, fam, that shit catches up with you at some point in time. Okay? So this is why we gotta operate out of high vibration no matter what's going on in our lives, to avoid shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter whether it's locked up or you transcending or whatever. We don't have to be rich and famous. You know, like, it might not be talked about, but we still go through this type of real shit every day, fam. It's people dropping left and right, fam. I'm telling you, pay attention to this shit and do what you need to do for you. Because I'm telling you, this shit is getting really real, fam. And if you're not supposed to be here, you're not gonna be here. And if you are here, then you're here for a motherfucking reason. So you better get on your purpose. You better get on your purpose, because if you're not, at some point in time, it's like, okay, well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, so why are you here? It's time to reset. Time to call you home. You feel me? Please understand what I'm saying when I'm saying it. It's time for us to unite. It's time for us to get right, fam. And it's time. A lot of changes are going to come to this planet, fam. They're coming. They're here. And that's just going to bring me to my next and my final point real quick. Because I'ma just push this out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just push this out for y'all because my next video about the Sarah Bartman is where the money gonna be at. I really like, and that's gonna be strictly for my feminine energies only. I need my guys to tap in too, so y'all can understand. But, bro, that's gonna be a very fun but a very informative video also, and I really need my people to tap in with that. So I'm gonna push this out. But listen, y'all. Listen. We just had a situation where, and I forgot what day it was on. But we just had a situation where a lot of our people were boycotting. And they were saying that basically we wasn't going to spend any money for one particular day, right? And I'm sure a lot of people participated. And on social media, I seen half and half. I seen certain people with it and like, okay, I ain't going to spend no money today. You know what I'm saying? I might need a little gas or a little food, but that's it. I ain't going to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Because that was really what the purpose of it was. To spend little to no money, right? But do it as a collective, right? And so you had certain people that was with it and seen the message, right? got the message. But then you had other people that was like, oh, they was negative about it. They was like, oh, well, you know, what is not spending money for one day gonna do for the system? It's not gonna break the system, right? What is it gonna do? It's not doing nothing, right? And technically speaking, you're right. Technically speaking, you're right. We would have to not spend money no more, period. Like, go full-fledged, like, or at least as a collective, we talking millions and millions of people all over the planet. For this to really have an effect on the system, it would have to be millions and millions of people all over the planet. Not just in North Carolina, not just wherever, right? All over the planet. Not spend a dime for months, right? We talking millions of people all over the planet. That would have impact on the economy and the system as a whole, right? That would have a impact, right? But to get to that point, the boycott has to have that type of influence. And we understand that the matrix is, you know, the internet is ran by the matrix. It's ran by the government. So they only make certain things viral. They make whatever they want to make viral because they control it, right? They control it. They push this stuff on us, right? They control the media again, so they can make whatever they want to make go viral, right? Okay, when it goes viral, people are gonna just automatically flock to it, right? So they do that, right? They do that. But yeah, they make whatever they want to make go viral, right? But they would not push something high vibrational like that. They wouldn't push something that would break their system or be a threat to their system. They're not gonna push that type of energy, right? We understand that. Okay, cool. So in order for it to have that type of bigger impact, it would have to be word of mouth. It would have to be just everybody on one accord, and you know, doing everything as one. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get there one day, family. It may be hard to see right now because we're still unbalanced. A lot of our people are still in religion. A lot of our people are still lost in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm doing my best to wake the people up. There's so many people out here doing their best to wake people up. And at this point, so much information has been revealed that if you are not consciously awakened, then you're just choosing to stay asleep. Because there's too much information out here. Your ass should have at least been left religion by now. So the fact that a lot of people are still participating in it just tells you that you're not meant to wake up in this lifetime. And that's fine. You're not going to go to hell. I want to tell you that. You're not going to go to hell. Okay? So fuck what that Bible told you. You're not going to go to hell. Alright? But you are going to have to come back and live another physical experience so that you can learn who you are. Because your soul wants to evolve. Your soul needs to evolve. Right? So we created this space down here to help us evolve quickly. Right? So that's what it is. Alright? But we will unite, right? But why it was such a big thing and a lot of people that was negative about it, it went over their head, is because this is the first time in a long time that I've actually seen our people on one accord, fam, and it was actually a good number of people that wanted to do it, even if they didn't do it, or even if they, you know, they spent money, because I spent money that day. I can't remember what day it was, but I think I spent like a total of like $10 that day. I had to get food, but I made sure the day before to get gas and whatever else, right? But the food, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I probably spent a total of like $10 that whole day, right? But regardless, it was a start. So that's why it was such a slap in the face for our people to be against it and to be talking down about it. Because when the hell was the last time that you've seen our people together and actually on one accord to something that is fighting against the system? Because people are mentally and physically tired of the abuse. And if we don't do anything, it's going to continue to happen. So again, that right there was not enough. That right there was the first time in a long time that a lot of our people was together on one thing, and it was actually fighting the system. And again, like I said, no, it was not big enough to impact the economy or to really make a dent or to really make any type of noise to the oppressors. But it was a start. It was a start. So I wanna commend and I wanna salute all the people that did participate and did the best that they could to participate. And to the house Negroes and lost just bots, undercover bots out there. Y'all are part of the reason of why it's so hard for us to unify. Y'all are what's holding up. Y'all are one of the reasons of what's holding up the rise. And y'all are in the way. So I need y'all to fix that very soon before it gets fixed for you. You know what I'm saying? And you may not understand what I'm saying, but I'm not even going to explain what I'm saying when I say that. Because either you get it or you don't, because I've already told you. We stepping on all low vibration, and it's not going to matter about your color. It's going to matter about your frequency that you're carrying with you. So, again, if you are anything other than for the people unifying and rising and willing to do whatever it takes to get to that, whether it's little or big, whether it's impactful or not, if you're not in compliance of that, then you're gonna have to get out the way. You're gonna have to get out the way. Or you're going to be moved out the way. You're going to be placed out the way. Feel me? However that comes, and whatever the seriousness is behind that placement, that's not up for me to decide. You know what I'm saying? So please tread lightly and don't, you know? Peace, love, and light.
That's when you get your power, when you understand that every single person is your ass, nigga. The weaknesses that we see in others are really only in ourselves. That same weakness I see in Dirk, I see in myself. That same weakness I see in Billionaire Black and other artists and entertainers that ain't speaking up and using their platform, I see in myself. So I'm not just talking to them, I'm talking to me too. I can do better. I can give more lectures. I can put out more books. I can move on. This is how you gotta move every single day. And if I know each and every one of y'all is me, I have to protect my energy, nigga. Get it? It's a double entendre. Protect your energy as in your own energy, but also understand that every single thing around you is you outside of these motherfucking human beings. So and it's also energy. You the genie with your thoughts and your reactions and your actions. That's the only way they got us to not feel each other's pain, because they separated us. Our ancestors knew there was no separation. We are one. You heard that flower? Nigga, you heard me. Our ancestors knew this. This is why they feared us. This is how we tapped into that chaos energy. This is how we built pyramids. This is how we built realms, worlds, energy. Understanding that we are one and one is we.
It's so peaceful out here, man. It's beautiful, bro. We're all shining bright. Y'all see it?